excited for this. You were telling us when you were gonna start your OnlyFans.
Yeah, I was gonna. Yeah, well, there's a lot of like, because apparently OnlyFans, so it is mainly porn, but you do get other things other than porn on there.
Yeah, yeah. Apparently, there's like people that claim all like cooking or baking or like
There is
pottery and
that.
shit like that. But
Yes,
like,
but
let's be honest. Let's be honest. That's like point one
the
percent of
uh,
OnlyFans.
so OnlyFans has 1.5, something 1.5, 1.6 million creators. The vast majority of them are pornographic.
Yeah,
Like the vast majority pornographic. Now, there's a couple of facts here about OnlyFans that, like, I was looking into. So first of all, uh, they're getting like 500,000 new users every single month
that's crazy.
joining. A lot of people.
Yeah,
Like joining as in subscribing, not so much making content.
yeah, yeah.
And the other shocking fact, but the average person, what they're earning on OnlyFans is $150 a month.
Yeah, but like again, keep in mind you said there's 1.6 million creators on it.
Yes. So here's my, like, but like, let's say you're gonna have a lot of them over, a lot of them are under that.
Yeah, drastically. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Sure.
keep
Then
in
you're
mind,
also
like,
gonna have the outliers that are making millions a month.
yeah, which like draw this over. So this is my big problem, which I see with OnlyFans. So let's say I am, like, what I see with females, especially females. I'm not going to talk about this from men because it's a fucking stupid argument. It's a pointless point to even discuss. It's because men are just so much less attractive than women in any aspect. No, like, I think if you're a male, you've got to be a very very outlier male to make money doing pornography, but you have to be
Yeah.
a very average female to do it. Like, an average female can make money basically.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I know I'm saying outlier either way. Very, very. You can be super, super fat or super, super attractive as a male. But you have to be on some of those. You can't be just an average guy.
You
Just
have to have a niche market.
you have to have a niche market. Yeah. Now, so what I find is that, first of all, I have a big issue with this whole idea that, like, people think it's okay, or people think it's like, some sort of, oh yeah, like, I'm actually a business person now because I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm an
selling my body.
entrepreneur.
I'm an entrepreneur, and I think that's very, very dangerous. To tell, like, these young women or whoever is doing it, that this is,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it is pornography. And
Yeah.
like, obviously, if you're like from, like, a very Western culture, Western ideals, or anything like that, you have very, like, that is not an issue for you because you have no,
Yeah.
like, there's no, like, moral issue with it. But
For
if
for
you're
for
like
some.
religious,
For some, not for
yeah,
all.
for some. Yeah, for some. Okay. But if,
Yeah,
let's say, you're religious, that's a very big moral no-no for you.
for sure.
Okay? So that's a big moral no-no. So what's happening though is that this is like a very, very attractive idea for young people because, first of all, it's giving you that little bit of entrepreneurship, but it's
Yeah.
at the same time it's normalizing the idea that, like, I can just it's just some photos that I send to people anyway, so might as well just make money of them. I'll share them online, and it's
Yeah.
exclusive because, like, I've got to, like, sell it.
People have to pay for it. I'm not giving
Yeah,
it
so
out for
people are
free.
paying. Yeah, exactly. They're paying for it, and, like, it's making that porn barrier. Like, it's making it, that I don't have to go to some greasy, dodgy company now to make my own pornography. I can just go home, take some saucy pictures, and
Some soft core stuff.
yeah, and I'm making money now. There you go.
Yeah.
And you will find, like, on TikTok now, you go to, like, a lot of, like, oh yeah, yes, we have one. Try to find it. Yes, we have this, and this we have that, and you know like, you're finding more and more of these, like, TikTok accounts where they, like, market themselves for their OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, like, this was, when we were younger, this was almost like unheard of. Like, oh yeah, like, it was almost like you had to go down this, like, this very, very niche path and, like, ostracize yourself from society
Yeah.
to do that kind of work. But
Now
nowadays,
it's become a lot more normalized.
it's just completely normal. It's like, oh, I could do OnlyFans, but also, like, I even saw some people arguing, like, I do OnlyFans, but I'm also very, very religious, and it's like those are two mutually exclusive things.
Yeah. They go
I
hand in
find that,
hand, bro.
yeah, I mean, you could say, like, you can make that argument with anything really. Like, I'm very, very religious, but, like, like, my relationship with God is my own relationship with God. So yeah, like, I do OnlyFans, and that's just how it is.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. I found that, like, very, very. strange. I found it very almost off-putting, like where how people
It
describe it
is.
and how
The problem is, bro. It's like we were talking about earlier today. It's definitely a gateway,
it's a
right?
gateway. Exactly. It's like
It's
the
like,
first taste.
yeah, it's like, oh, okay, so I'm making like X amount of money just by doing this, like let's say like softcore, whatever you want to call it, like stuff now. But if I delve a little bit more into like the deeper end of the pool, oh, I can be making like bank.
So this is what the crazy thing is, like, it's like any other platform out there. A very, very small percentage of the people are making exponentially more than everybody else.
100%, yeah.
So
But the
let's
problem
just
is
say,
people see it. The problem is people see it, like, especially naive people that think like, "Oh, if they can do it, I can do it too." You know what I mean? But like if you
100%,
say a celebrity has an account, like of course they're going to make money off of it because they want to see this celebrity in a certain light. You know what I
100%.
mean? But you're not a celebrity. You're just a housewife, bro. Nobody knows who the hell you are.
So that's a crazy thing. Even like, let's say you're not a housewife yet. Let's say you haven't managed to secure that bag. Let's say you're a 21-year-old student, right?
Yeah. You want to make some
And
extra cash.
or you want to make you think like something I want to do, like it's easy work and I can just take some photos. And maybe it's not.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
like this.
saying it
It's
is.
like the honestly, it's like you can compare it like this generation's like compared to like stripping. You know, back in the day, like they're like, oh, I'm in college. I'm a
I
stripper,
strip for
like just to
money.
make some money.
Yeah,
You know.
100%. This is like it's like the more accessible stripping, and it's very easy, and it's like
Yeah, you don't have
you
to
know,
go leave your house. You don't actually have to get fully naked in
so
front of strangers. You just sell pictures.
yeah, so it's like, oh, it's like safe. People like are talking about like the safety aspect. Now, there's a few things here that I have an issue. Like, I'm not going to get into like any sort of like the religious qualms with that because I think
That's a
that's very
given.
very
You know,
obvious. That's
I
a
don't think
given.
that needs to be highlighted.
Yeah, I think that's obvious. But like, let's just say this. Let's just say you're non-religious. First of all, there's I don't think there's a lot of men out there who want to go and marry a girl who has an OnlyFans account.
Oh,
Or
absolutely not.
I think it's very restrictive to find men who would be very, very
I'm
happy with
sure there
that.
are some that don't mind. That's
I'm
for sure.
sure. I'm sure
But I'm
there's
sure they're
always,
not. But I'm sure they're not. Um,
a
they're not. They're
majority.
probably not the same type of guy that you want to take home to meet your parents either. To be fair.
Yeah, I think those are kind of like those are kind of hand in hand there. So you've got that whole thing first, and the other thing is like this is the internet you're talking about. Even if it's exclusive content or whatever it is, end of the day, you are putting this on the internet.
Yeah, and it's that shit's never gonna go away.
Yeah, so can you imagine, you decide like, "Oh my god, I'm not gonna do this anymore. I'm gonna have
I
like a
found
couple of
God.
kids." Yeah, I'm gonna start whatever it is, I'm gonna have some kids and I have like 2 or 3 children. I think it starts becoming very difficult for people to, especially for a child, like this kid goes to school and everyone's gonna know that, like, oh, bro, I saw your mom last night. Like it's literally like I literally saw your. I think it's very hard for him because like kids are
Oh,
mean
100%, 100%. But I
and
think I
like
think people like I think if someone does decide to do that, they're definitely very selfish.
yeah, I think it's
Like
just
their kid is gonna have some very tough years ahead of him.
oh, bro, it's gonna be people are talking
Very
about that like
tough.
that girl who was dating that guy from Impulsive, like I don't know who it was, but
Oh, Lana
she had a
Rhodes.
child. Yeah, I mean so she was like she has a child now or whatever it is. I think maybe that environment is more accepting to it, but like I generally believe that like that's a very very like see the problem is people think the whole world is these like couple of niche societies where it's like you're either if you're like people think oh America is like this niche society you're either from New York, Miami, or Los Angeles, which are very very openly liberal to these sort of things,
Yeah,
but vast majority of America, which is like the stuff in the middle, basically, which is
yeah,
completely opposite to of these beliefs, which like you have the Bible belts and all that stuff.
yeah,
Completely different sort of mentality there.
yeah, for sure, 100%.
I don't know,
You'd be
like
surprised that, like, to be fair, I feel like most of the chicks that come out, like, and that are like partaking in said activities or industries, whatever it may be, are usually from that area of America that just
yeah, I
was
mean,
like, at 18, I'm gonna go like move to LA.
Yeah, I think there is like there's a definitely like an attractive aspect to why people there's a reason why they all go in the first place. I think that society there is like has something lacking in it. And
Yeah.
that's why they decide to go do something that's completely crazy, or they've had some sort of issue in their upbringing, or
Usually,
they
yeah,
had
there's usually something
that,
in
that,
the household.
there'd be something in there. I don't know. I always thought that was like super super interesting to me. Like all these people they go out and like they're selling them the dream. There's a documentary about it's called Hot Girls Wanted, which is about
Oh, it's on
it's like
Netflix, isn't it?
yeah, it's about like pornography and like girls in pornography and like how they get into it. And you watch it and you're like, this is very sad
Yeah, yeah,
because the truth is, bro, like the guy was talking about, he's like, oh, a lot of these girls have like this expiration date. So if
yeah,
the girls are not famous after like 6 or 7 scenes or 6 to 12 scenes,
yeah. You're
we
not gonna
just
make it.
we just cut them. Like that's it.
Yeah, yeah,
Like because people want like this the whole psychology of pornography was basically like people want new material and new people and different faces. People actually get bored of the same faces.
yeah.
And a crazy fact about pornography as well, which was like this big research they were doing, uh, you know, by some I don't know who it was, but I'll try to find it and like list it somewhere. But basically, he was saying that like people who continuously watch a lot of pornographic material are actually like accustoming themselves to enjoying that type of content, and it
Oh,
actually
for sure,
has
yeah.
effects on
What's his name? What's his name? Talked about it. Terry Crews.
really.
Terry
Oh,
Crews. Yeah, you'll find
wasn't
Terry
he a
Crews was
porn
like
addict?
addicted to porn. Yeah,
Yeah, I heard about. I remember this in like one of his interviews. He was like, "Oh,
yeah. He spoke about it.
I couldn't go like I couldn't go like 6 7 hours without consuming some pornography or something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that."
Nah, he was like I was a straight up like porn addict.
But he was saying like it had a big effects on his marriage, had like a
Oh, 100%.
relationship
Yeah.
with
Bro,
like
to be fair, like it sets like highly unrealistic expectations for everyone involved.
it's not because the people in the industry don't believe it's real. I don't think they think it's real either. Like, and I think it's gonna
For
have
the
such
people in the industry, bro, they know it's just a job. Like it's like this isn't what it is.
yeah, I'm almost certain like that's not what they. I don't think they think what because it can't be real. It this cannot be real. Like the whole scenario. Like I'm sorry, no one's ever like not had money for plumbers
You've
and shit like that.
never been stuck in a washing machine before?
These these terrible scenarios, dude. I don't know. Like, I just think the whole thing is crazy, and it's actually like because the age of what people are consuming porn is getting younger and younger and younger, which is like people are saying 14, 13, 12. So 12 is the first time they see pornography. 11 to 12, first time people see it. People regularly start consuming it at 14. Oh, you're completely muted, by the way.
Oh, my bad. I said, yeah, that's
So
crazy.
well, it's terrible. Like it's. Can you imagine? And the problem is, people were comparing it like. So people were saying, "Oh, yeah, but my dad had like Playboy magazine and whatever it is." And it's actually completely different because like our issue, they had like for Playboy magazine, they have one magazine every like month or something like that. I'm not saying it's
Yeah,
good or
but the
bad. I'm
thing
just
is, you
saying
have to like go and actively buy it.
yeah, and it's like you had this one magazine which is like articles and like a lot of things there which like it didn't completely read. Nowadays, you can type in with like 6 or 7 letters on a screen, right?
Mm.
And like your private browser, you have access to billions of videos,
But if you think
billions.
about it, like back in the day, there was like that shameful factor where like you're not gonna go to like the bodega on the corner and just go like pick up a Playboy. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it was like
Or
it
like
was
you're not gonna go to Blockbuster and enter that little back room and go like rent a porno.
although there
Like
was a
like you'd be
lot of people
like everyone's gonna be like, oh, you're that guy.
there was a lot of people renting porno. So I remember seeing them
I remember
and bro,
the
did you
Blockbuster
say?
days.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, I remember seeing this guy. I was like the first time I ever was like so mind blown at like how bad it was, bro. I remember seeing this guy come out. Like first of all, it was an United video and like near our house, and the walls, bro, it had like R18 do not enter, and the walls were completely painted red inside there.
Yeah,
Like it
yeah.
was
So
just
like,
like it
it's
was
to
just a
hide the
fucking
shame, bro.
bro. It was Red Balls, and it was just like the door opens, and it was like really weird. Like it was like the bone zone in there,
You
bro. It
walk out
was
with like
just
the
like,
little black bag.
bro, no black bag. But that's what I'm saying.
You're
They
just
would
carrying
come
it.
out. I remember seeing this guy walk out with what I thought was like, bro, you know when you're carrying DVDs, you carry them like in your
Yeah,
hand like
he
this.
just got a bundle.
This guy was chesting it, bro. He was leaning it off his chest. And I was just looking at him. I was like 10, 12 at the time. I was looking at him. I'm like, what are you like? You don't need those are like 2 hour and a half videos, and you have 12 videos there.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
stacking them up. Like you need to do something about your life, dude. Like this is,
You have
this
some
ain't
issues to
you
resolve,
need
my
to
friend.
like you're not like doing the 1-2 video. You're doing a stack, my guy. You've
You're
gotta
doing a
you gotta find
session. You're doing a sauna
you,
sesh.
you need to find Jesus, bro. You need to find your salvation, my guy. Like, dude, that
Yeah,
ain't
but
it
see,
for
keep
you.
in mind again, like I said back in the day, there's that big shame factor, like where
Yeah.
things were not accessible. Now, like you said, 6 words on a screen, boom, billions, access to anything you want.
Billion. And like I don't know, like that like I have a young son. Like, is there like how do you restrict children? Like you can't.
Oh no, you can't.
Like
Especially, bro. Like you keep in mind, like think about it this way: when you were in school, bro, like you used to go to school, like everyone's talking about this, and that, and then you instantaneously become curious. However much control there is in an environment, you're gonna find a way around.
yeah, I think that's a big like and I think it comes to the end of the day, it's like you have to really instill that in children. Like you have to tell them like you have to give them very clear like right and wrong of like this is this may seem good and may seem interesting and may seem curious. But like I also think, we have also made a world where it's very, very difficult for people because what we're doing right is we're adding more restrictions for people to actually get into like healthy relationships and get married. People don't get married
Oh,
young
100%.
anymore. I don't think
Um,
that's
I don't think like I think it's true, but it's not true at the same time. Like I was talking
oh,
about this with my friend yesterday. I was like, bro, did you realize that the generation after us, like, are all getting married very young?
like Gen X, really?
I don't know what gen that is, but like I don't really keep up with the terms. But like there's a lot like
Gen
for
Zs.
example, I know a lot of kids, for example, my age from high school, like that were with me in high school, a lot of them aren't married yet. But we're all like in our late 20s, early 30s now. But there's a lot of kids that were a couple of grades younger than us, or like kids that were my age that had siblings that were younger than us. Their siblings are getting married at like 23, 24, whereas like their eldest sibling is like 30 and they're just chilling.
Really? What do
Yeah,
you
yeah.
reckon? What do you reckon? Why do you think that is? Like, what's the
I don't know.
reasoning
I feel
behind
like
that is?
everything's just a cycle, bro. I feel like it's like cycling back to like old school days kind of thing.
You reckon like and I think honestly they had that right. I do believe, you know, I'm a big believer when I'm one of them, but like people should get married at younger ages. I do believe that's like the better option. Because
100%.
like I think as men need commitment to something that is not just themselves, whether and I don't believe that like you are restricting yourself in any way, shape, or form if you're obviously like semi-stable financially. Obviously, you're missing out on like a lot of the freedom to do whatever you want, but like I feel having that commitment to something is very, very important.
Yeah, but it also like to be fair, there's certain things that you miss out on, but there's certain things that you gain as well. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you gain the fact that like you're not going around like
And if you
screwing
have a
around a girl.
healthy relationship or like healthy relationship with your partner, I think you still can enjoy the things that you think you might miss out on. Obviously not like just random one night stands and stuff like that. No, I'm talking about like, oh, for example, if you want to do like a boys trip or like stuff like that, you can definitely still do it. Like no one's going to stop you
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you
yeah. I
have that
think
healthy understanding with your partner.
I'm sure, like I'm sure you could do it. I do like that. Like I do like that commitment. Where you've committed to this person, and you're no longer, you're having those needs as a male satisfied by your partner, and it's a healthy way of going about it. I think that that's a lot better than going on there and just watching twin or watching let's just say for you're just taking an average child starts at 14, he gets married at like 30 or 35 or whatever, say 30, right? He
Yeah.
went through like 15 years of pornography. Like that's a lot to undo on
I'm 30.
somebody. Okay. Okay, well, I'm not saying you're the
Say
example there. I'm just
we could have stuck with 35, but I guess we had to come back down to 30 for some reason.
oh man, we're gonna put
30,
your
35.
Instagram.
Actually, now let's keep it 30.
Let's just keep it 30. Or
Let's just keep it there. You know, for the sake of this hypothetical conversation.
let's just keep like hypothetically, she's like, you're 30 years and 10 months, right? Let's just say
Hypothetically, yeah, you're 30 years and 10 months,
yeah,
born in 1992.
yeah, like, let's just hypothetically, right? Let's just throw that out there, Just to say, like, I feel like you have 16 years of watching porn. I think that is gonna do damage to your brain. Like, there's no way, the only people who are gonna tell you that's not who are gonna agree with you is like some crazy like liberals that disregard reality completely, or people in porn because if you stop watching porn, they're out of the job. So I think those are
Yeah,
the two
true.
people I would say.
I do think to be fair, like I don't like I don't think getting married is the hard part. I think finding a suitable partner is quite difficult. I'm not gonna lie. And like the expectations that like generate like the generation has are like just so like skewed. You know what I
What
mean?
what what is your expect? What do you mean is skewed, and what's your expectation that you find is
Not my
making it difficult for
expectations,
you?
especially like from the female perspective. Like I think a lot of them want like, oh, like he has to own a house and like drive a nice car and like I've seen videos online of chicks being like, oh, like my guy has to make at least like like 400K a year. Like, and then the guy was like, do
Oh,
you know how many people in the U.S. make 400K a year? He's like
oh,
less than
Kevin
1%.
Sandler. Yeah, I think that's a little crazy, and I think from the community you're trying to marry into, I don't think, I think not having a house is a bit different. I think that was like that's a very New Zealand America perspective of like he needs to own
Yeah,
a house because there's like and what I find hilarious is that like what they're really saying is like I want a guy to own a house, I want a guy to have a 30-year mortgage. That's what they're saying, which
yeah.
I
I want him
find
to be
hilarious.
in debt for 30 years.
Yeah, like that's that I want that security. That's security to me. A guy who has a 30-year mortgage on him. That's what the security I want. And I understand like, women are looking for the security. They want someone to provide for them and all that stuff, most traditional women like that. But
Yeah,
I feel like maybe you should just make it more accessible. Maybe if you like the guy and you can see I think the potential, if they can see potential in you, خلاص,
yeah,
you're sus. You're okay at that point. They see the
yeah.
potential in you, just continue
I
with like
have I
they
have
can.
this I have this friend that I've hired as a scout, so to speak.
How's he doing?
Oh, fuck, he's fucking garbage, mate.
He's fucking.
He's absolute trash,
How
bro.
bad are we talking here? Like how many
Literally,
how many
like he's
securities
he's
he has
had the
on you?
role for like over a year. I want
Oh
to say,
my god, this guy
but this
sucks, bro.
guy, bro, this guy has gotten zero candidates,
I
bro.
think I know the guy you're
Negative.
talking about.
Like I think he's gotten me negative candidates.
Oh man, so he's taking girls out of your
Like,
life.
yeah,
That's like
he's taking women out of my life.
he's just plucking them out. Yeah, I heard about this guy, bro. I heard he's offering his services, kind of all over the place, bro. And like, you gotta be careful of these cowboys, bro. That's
Yeah,
why if
bro.
anyone's actually looking for matchmaking, I think probably the best place to talk to is JudeHammondMatchmakers.com.
Don't hire them, mate. Don't hire them. As soon as that website goes up, I'm leaving bad
Look, we're
reviews.
gonna put your Instagram handle right in that bottom
Absolutely.
corner there. We're gonna put it on there. Ladies, I think if you hear this podcast and you enjoy what you're seeing here today, there's the send him a
Jude's looking
DM
for a
and like
second wife.
I'm not looking for a second wife at all. I'm trying to find the first one for our lovely friend here. He's looking dashing in orange. He even bought a special headset to match with his jumper. Come on now, like,
This is not even orange. It's a red headset, but okay.
are you serious? That's orange,
Yeah.
dude.
Well, that's a red, bro.
No
That's
way.
definitely red.
Does it go faster? He can't hear me.
That's definitely red. What'd you say?
Oh, I'm just saying, does it go faster?
No, it doesn't go fast.
It's red. Well, I'm just saying. I think we're gonna put your Instagram handle down there anyway. Anyone? I
Oh
think they should
God.
send you Would you not, if someone slid into your DMs, would you not be girls? Do girls even slide in the DMs? Is that a thing that happens or no? Unless
I
you're
think it
famous.
depends. I think it depends on the guy, bro.
There's no girls sliding in your DMs, Yanni.
I
Wife
don't think
material.
any girls are sliding in my
Does wife
DMs.
material slide in the DMs?
It's debatable. It's a
I think
tough
you
one.
can. I think they can. I don't
I
see like the
I don't think they can't, but I think it's rare for wife material to slide in DMs.
I think they should talk to each other and just if they keep it respectful and like, "Hey, I just wanna like حابب أتعرف عليكِ." Like, like
Do you want me to
we
send
need
you a pigeon?
I just feel like we need to bring a lady on this podcast because we have a lot of meat on this one recently.
You've
Like,
only had meat on your
yeah, I think
podcasts,
oh no,
bro.
I had the missus on, I had my sister on. Like, I feel like we need to have some ladies on here and we can ask them like I want to ask questions like, do you find this
Once we
strategy?
have the new setup, which is in the making,
Oh, the new studio space.
the face to
Oh,
face, the face to face potty
yeah,
oddies, then we can have a session.
I just don't want it to be trashy, I don't want to bring ladies on and be like, like all those dirty ass podcasts where it's like a bunch of girls and it's like I don't want that. I want to keep it classy.
We don't know any girls like that in the first place.
No, I'm not saying I don't want the guys to get trashy is what I'm trying to say. The
Who's
guys
gonna
get
get
like
trashy?
but then I'm not saying you. I'm just saying I don't want the
Who
men
else is
to get
gonna be on
real.
the podcast with you?
I have a lot of people, man. I've got a large list. It's just I just enjoy having you on the most. That's what I'm saying. Oh, you never know. Like we can keep. I would. Face to face would be very, very nice because then we can get like the actual things of Muslim men. How do you get into the girls' DMs and what would they like to see? I think that'd be the way to do it.
That'll be an interesting approach.
I feel honestly it's a winner. I feel like it's a winner because being a matchmaker. I mean, someone I know is a matchmaker. It's just a story.
Jesus.
I've got some experience in this game now. I've got
If you have a show, if you had a show, it would be a hit because you're all misses, bro.
Rain Man.
Just
Yeah,
both eyes closed. Woo!
Kobe. That's the way. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. All right, this is a good session, man. There's 56
No,
minutes. Just go on for a random rant for 56
yes,
minutes.
sir.
The real question is whether after I disconnect this, there's a quick froth. I think.
I think it's sauna sessions time.
I think it's one of the. Oh, let's stop. Thank you very much, everybody. Like, subscribe, press all the buttons you need. Yalla, salam alaikum.